Hi YouTube, it's Monday, November 14th, 2011. I am making some chicken noodle soup, and this is the main ingredients of any chicken noodle soup. They always start with onions, celery, carrots. I'm going to chop it up and make it pretty quick. I've made chicken noodle soup on video before, so I'll just give you the quick highlights. And it's a little cool, overcast day. This will be a nice thing to have for dinner tonight. So have a great day, and I'll show you the rest as we proceed through the recipe. I just cut my carrots up in circles. Just added the onions to the pot, which is hot, with some olive oil. I'm going to add the celery and carrots and cook it till it gets soft, and cut up the chicken while I'm doing this. So while the celery, onions, and carrots are cooking, I am going to cut up some fresh herbs and then the chicken. Basically, I have some sage from my garden, some rosemary from my garden. I'm down to almost no rosemary, so I'm using what I can. I'm also going to chop up some garlic. Then this is what I bought: thyme, tarragon, and parsley. So all that's going to go in the pot. And so I just cut up the parsley, rosemary, sage, thyme, and tarragon, and I'm just going to reserve it in one of these little ramekins so I can use this cutting board. I'm just going to wipe it down to chop up the garlic, and then the chicken, I'll probably turn it over for the chicken just so the chicken doesn't look green. So that's the progress thus far, and you can see the pot still has the celery, carrots, and onions just getting soft. So I have a whole handful of garlic, which is going in chopped. Just cut up the chicken as well. So I just added the chicken and some black pepper and some white pepper. I'm going to add a little wine. In a minute or so, I'm just going to let it get brown on both sides. Actually, brown isn't really the right word. I'm just going to let it turn white a little bit, and then add a little bit of white wine, and then the broth. I'm just going to put a splash of white wine and just let that cook through, and then I will add the broth, some water, and just let it cook, and then the herbs at the very end. So I'm going to add this low sodium chicken broth, an equal amount of water, and then I will just cover it for 30 minutes, but at about 20 minutes, when it starts to boil, I'm going to add some whole grain pasta. And you can use any shape you want. In this particular case, I am going to use this Barilla whole grain linguine, which I'm going to cut up in little pieces, just because I like the whole grain. It's healthier, and I like ditalini as well, but they have not made ditalini in whole grain as of yet. So I'm going to add some water, let this cook, and show you the end product. So the water's been added. I'm just going to cover this and let it go. So the soup's boiling. I'm going to put in the herbs, spin them around, and then just break up this linguine into pieces and put it in. So this is what the pieces of linguine look like, just cut in about fours, actually, for the length of the linguine. Just going to let it cook, and then it will be done. I'm going to add a little locatelli cheese, which is just locatelli Parmesan cheese. Going to just grate some of that at the very end and be ready to go. So here is the finished product of the chicken noodle soup with the whole wheat linguine. Looks delicious. And I'm just going to grate some locatelli cheese right into that, and should be a delicious, quick, warm, healthy meal.